Alright, welcome back to another league race. This time we're back with FTRL for round number 2. This time at Sardegna B. Difficult track this, I have to say. I thought I ran this track rather once before this, just as a 1 lap or a little 5 lap race thing, and my honest thought was I was looking forward to getting to grips with it in the real thing. A lot more difficult than I envisaged. We're in the BMW this week. A car I wish I didn't have to use so soon, but this track was really a killer, and I don't want to waste a better car. Maybe I should have gone with the Alfa Romeo, but I just felt so comfortable with the BMW that I decided to go for it. We'll go take you through a lap. Lee made a mistake on one of his quali laps, so we're kind of in behind him here. This wasn't a problem really this lap, but it was a problem for our final lap. So I'll take you through our fastest lap, and yeah, we'll kind of go through the challenges of this track. Starting with turn 1 here, 100 meter board. I don't take it as a wide entry because I like to try and get the car turned in quickly and then accelerate as quick as I can. Maybe not the best turn 1 there. Little lift and then take a car through here. I don't use it as much as the track limit there as Lee. So brake around where the curb last starts, try to hit this apex, and then I usually go up to third quite early and just to get on the throttle as quickly as possible. This was a tough one I found in terms of consistency, to roll it in and then when to get on, and then you have to really mind the traction on the exit there on the gravel on the left hand side. So you do all these things, and then there's this corner which is quite sharp, braking around when that marker board on the right, I think it's the 150 or maybe the 100. You have to be careful on the exit because the curb doesn't start until along the corner, so you can't take the exit fully. So you have to straighten up a little bit. Last 2 turns, that corner, you have to be careful of the braking zone. Little lift through here, and for the longest time I was struggling with this corner, but a decent corner, to be fair. I think my PB was what do we do? Actually, can't even remember. I think my PB was a 17.8, so an 18.2 isn't too bad, I guess. But anyway, it was good enough for 7th on the grid, I think. So not too bad. Or did I get... Oh no, I got shook down to 8th, I think, actually, near the end, didn't I? Now that I think about it. Or did I? No, I think I stayed 7th. Yeah, we stayed 7th. Shows how much I remember. This is a really tough track, though. Like, I've only gone through a couple of instances where I hadn't spun out at some point in doing practice laps. There's 20 of them, too, so... Look, my objective was to just make it to the flag man without spinning, really. That was my only real objective. Again, I wish I didn't have to waste the BMW here so soon. You see, actually put the balance up to 3 for this race. In my mind, I was struggling. I think I was getting better times with 3, but then losing tyre wear at the front by not having the balance towards the rear on 4. So, anyways, we're going to get because it's a good start here. This BMW is good in a straight line, man. We're going to get the run on SBY immediately. On the left, I'll have to be careful for this at Brands Hatch, man. Actually, it won't be too bad at Brands Hatch, to be fair. I'll just give away what car I was in for a future track. I'm going to edit that out. Anyway, we get through SBY then. So, we're up into 6th place. I struggled a lot at these first few laps. I was kind of shitting myself a little bit. So conscious of the guys behind me that I wasn't focusing as much as I needed to in front. And what really screwed me, I think, in this first bit was I was too conservative with my gear changes. Normally I went out of corners in higher gears, but that really screwed my traction compared to the others, and I was losing time comparatively. So I really struggled with this corner as well once the actual race came, so I go wide there and Panda's going to come through. I really struggled with that corner, lifting off the brake and then turning. In practice I didn't really have an issue, but I don't know, in the race, I don't know what it was. I'm going to have a little ding-dong with Lee. This is for P7. So I'd like to try and keep it if possible. He's going to get through. I'm going to try and get a better exit out of this last corner. And I've got Cusker right behind as well. So I want to try and get Lee back if I can. And he's in... is he in the Hyundai this week? I think that looks like the Hyundai. 2 teammates, of course, Cusker and Lee. So I'm going to try and be careful here. Braking, I had enough clearance, to be fair. I left the space on the inside, but I had enough clearance to actually make that, so we actually get that move back done, which is good, but we're losing time to the guys in front, which is not ideal, but anyways, we're going to try our best. And moving on then to lap number 4, Will had a mistake in one of the corners, but caught him a little bit. Again, just struggling to hit the apex of that corner, and just struggling to get the car turned in before actually, getting on the throttle. Because the way that curb is, you really have to get it turned in well before, because you can't really use the curb on the exit really, because the gravel is there. We did manage to repel Lee there at least, so we managed to take that one back. Some good racing though. Yeah, we're kind of pulling away from Steph in 9th and the rest of the field, so I was conscious of how much fighting we were doing. Lap number 6, Lee's got a bit of a better run onto this main straight. You can kind of see we're losing a little bit of touch here with Panda, so I'm going to go defensive, but he's not quite close enough to make a move, or certainly not a dive, heading into turn 1 here. So I brake in the middle of the track anyways, kind of compromises my exit a bit, and that didn't really help, and Lee's going to get a good run. I'm going to leave the space here. In my mind, I think he's right there, so he's close enough. He's on my inside still. Again, that radar is remarkably accurate. So again, leave him the space. Prioritize a good exit instead to get on the throttle sooner. We get that position back down the inside. Trying to take it nice and tight, and he'll have to file in behind. Bit of a twitch there on the car. In my mind I was like, oh man, this must be coming across like I'm fighting so hard, but I don't mean to, just like a bit all over the place. Anyways, coming into this braking zone again, can we turn in this time? Yeah, we can. So yeah, I was struggling a lot with that corner. You can see what I mean with the curb on the left hand side. Anyways, lap 8, again Lee's got a good run. We're still pulling away from Steph and the likes behind, so that's good at least. Obviously we lost a lot of time in front. Awful, really bad turn there, and Lee's going to get the job done, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fight this one again. He's too far in front at the braking point, and he should be clear now. So to be honest, I wish I had done this maybe earlier, because the subsequent laps after this were my best of the race. I was stuck in the 19s trying to defend Lee essentially. If I just let him go and followed him, the pace could have been a little bit better. But you can see the gap between myself and Steph is like 3.5 seconds, I think. We'd only served to increase that and to the gap to everyone else behind. So yeah, we had some good pace once we got in some clear air and wasn't fighting, but it just wasn't enough, man. Like this, it just lap 20. Like there's Lee, there's Panda. My pace was close to those guys, but just a couple of tenths off a lap, I reckon. I could see them, right there. They're right there, but I couldn't do anything, man. It was this was my limit. This race, this pace, I couldn't do anything more. So unfortunate, but anyways, no spins. We managed to get through in one piece, so I'll take that. Aaron going to have a podium, so happy enough for him. Myself, I wish I could have done better, but I gave everything, man. I did everything I set out to do. I didn't spin. I fought as hard as I could when I could, within reason, and I pushed as much as I could, and I just didn't have the pace. So look, I knew this track was going to be a bit of a struggle, especially after qualifying. So anyways, in the reverse situation, I think I'm still starting 8th. This will be tough. Yeah, and as I say, this will be tough, more so because look at all, 8th is where I was beforehand, and look at all those guys behind. So but I did feel confident that maybe I could, I pulled away from Steph and all those guys before. Maybe I could do it. Maybe I could make that pace work again. But we have to follow the leaders through. Decided to use 4 at the balance for this one. I will struggle a little bit of top wear at the end there. Anyways, good start. Going to try and get the jump on Steph, who's in the Suzuki there. See if we can try and get a jump. See, Lee's got a good slipstream here as well in that Hyundai. I think he's in the Subaru, but he's not. Nice and easy into turn 1 on the inside. Nice tight line. Bit of a squeeze there puts me ahead of Steph. So that's one position made up there. And it's SBY in front. So again, nice space to break into. Just break in the middle of the track. Bit of kerfuffle there. We're going to slide up the inside of blue flag into this corner. This is opportunistic. I enjoyed this one just to sneak in there. And nice and tight, and SBY will get a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So I don't know if I pinched that blue flag there. I'm not 100% sure. I thought I may have lost it on the exit. I thought I left enough space. Ah dear, this bit I'm less proud of. On the brakes, just I couldn't slow down in time. I hit into the back of Jonesy, and I immediately reached out to him after the race to apologise. I just couldn't stop in time. Anyways, Lee goes through, and Pagani's on my right hand side. No, that's Panda on my right. Pagani and T. Smiths are all behind, so this is precarious. I thought it was a good start, man. It was a good lap 1. and then that accident with Jonesy happened, and it kind of went backwards pretty quickly. You see, I've got Pagani on my ass as well, and there's T. Smith, and I don't know what way to go. I'm in a sandwich. This is so hard to approximate at full speed. I'm also catching Panda in the slipstream, so going to nip out to the right-hand side. I have to dip back in. On the brakes a little bit early. I want to get a good exit. You see T. Smith on the inside. A bit of banging. I was really struggling for space on the curb, and then a little bit of contact from behind, and then before I know it, boom, car's gone. Yeah, there was contact from Pagani from behind, who generously waited for me. He didn't have to, but he waited anyways, and messaged me after the race to apologise. So I did appreciate that. I didn't. At the time, I wasn't sure if he had to, but I didn't know what had happened at that point. I just knew I'd just been careened into the wall, so I had only assumed at this moment that, I'd been hit by. I just assumed it was Pagani. So, look, no, like I appreciate him reaching out. So, look, we've all been there. Do you know what I mean? Like I just stood there earlier this race myself. So, look, we've all been there. I know you didn't mean anything by it. Anyways, though, Chubbs has got a penalty, so we're right on the back here. I'll try and follow Aaron through here on Chubbs if I can, because he's going to get through. Now, I know there are some frustrations from between race 1 with regards Chubbs, so I wanted to get this move done and help my teammate as best as I could here. So we get that move done on Chubbs, and I just wanted to try and follow Aaron, man, as best as I could, and to see how things materialize. It's a long race, and lots of guys that we pulled away from in race 1 that are behind. So I really wanted to this track was tough, man. This was a tough one. So I knew this was going to be a struggle, but let's try and make the best of it anyways. We're just going to try and follow Aaron. Cusker. Now bear in mind we pulled away from Cusker and such when then Pagani's on my outside there. Pulled away from Cusker and company. Cusker's one of those cars I was behind in race 1. So I said hold that from Pagani, but he's going to get a good run, and he's not the only one. There's a bit of a mess there. I think that's Panda, or is it SPY? I'm actually not sure. There's all sorts of kerfuffle. There's Pagani on the right, but there's T. Smith, I think, as well. Is that Chubbs? I think T. Smith actually got caught behind in the furore of the mistake, and then trying to race as well. Lap number 4. I want to be so I'm coming into the zone. I feel safe. I'm not going to get dive bombed from Chubbs. I go to take my normal braking zone. He goes for the dive. I see him coming. Open my steering, and I run out of road
because I fucking saw you coming,
and that bit hurts.
Fuck's sake!
And then I almost accidentally
fucks.
Yeah, not one of my finer moments. It was tough. I was really frustrated. I was furious at the time. I'd seen Chubbs coming last minute, opened the steering so I didn't just sweep in and turn into him. In doing so, I ran myself out of road. I was too nice for my own good, and I was really frustrated by that. Look at the gap. You see, if you look at the gap, it's about 24 seconds or so, 24 seconds. So I'm now plumb last, and yeah, it's going to be a long race. I was really upset, really frustrated. I'm going to try and do our best to dig into it. We're going to make one place back here on Jonesy, who runs wide. So I was really frustrated, man. I tried to leave space and ran myself out of road. It's just, I really wasn't happy. Lap 9, we caught blue flag quite quickly. So he was about 4 seconds in front. So he got a penalty, and I wanted to make sure I got him down this straight. So that was easy enough overtake then as well. So I drove like a man possessed after that. I was really furious. So I drove like it as well. I pushed hard. I was pushing these tires really hard, just giving absolutely everything. Because the pack, I felt, they're holding each other up. Maybe I could catch. Who knows? But my luck really turned to an extent here, lap 11. There's a 4-car collision. I don't know how or who. And anyways, we get through 1, 2, and 3 cars back up to P10, and Pagani's up there as well. And I was able to keep a hold with Pagani for a few laps, but not too many. I think the tyres began to drop off around lap 13. So we're trying to catch Peteman in I think he's in the 7th, I think. So, but that was what the chase was. I do wonder where I could have been in this race had I not spun trying to get back onto the track, or after I originally run wide. But look, it was a position I feel like I shouldn't have been in the first place for various reasons, and I look back and what would I have done differently? I wouldn't have made contact with Jonesy, obviously, but would I have left space for the car on the inside? That's who I am, yeah. I'm frustrated as shit that I did it, and I got dived, trying to leave room, and didn't. I ran myself out of road, and I was the one to suffer in the end. But we actually made a time back up on Cusker in the end. I know he's kind of probably managing out front, but my tyres had died at the end as well. I got close to Peatman, but yeah, my tyres really died. So that was it, man. P8 to the P10 was really frustrating. Although I don't know how I got getting P10 out of that race too is an accomplishment in itself in some regards. Even though I looked into it with the 3-car collision, but yeah, super frustrating. Race 2, I wish I'd gone a lot better, but at the same time, I don't know what else I could have done. Like, I got contact from behind. I made allowances for the dive bomb, and then ran myself out of road. So, that's who I am. Like, I will try and leave space as best as I can, whoever it is. This was a tight squeeze. This is what happened then on lap. I think there's a little lag bubble there, but anyways, because I didn't feel the car going. Like, you don't really lose the back end of the car through there. So I didn't realize poor old Aaron got caught up in that as well. Here's the Chubbs dive then. Yeah, I just took my normal line, and he went down the inside, and you don't see it from there, but you'll see on the telemetry. I opened the steering, so I didn't just sweep into him, because that corner, you sweep into it to hit that apex. You absolutely sweep into it. Slow in, fast out, and yeah, that's very much what I'm doing. You can see there the moment it opens up a bit. Maybe we both could have made it there, who knows, but I had a split second to decide what I was going to do. I chose peace, but it came at my own expense, so that was super frustrating, man. And the spin afterwards was super, super tough as well, so yeah, that really pissed me off. But anyways, I'm not even going to bother waiting for the standings this week. I can't be arsed. That was a really frustrating race. It was a tough one, really, really tough one. I don't get the chance to make up any ground afterwards, because I'm going to lose it because I'm away for the next week. I'm missing Blue Moon in Field B, which is frustrating. I really like that track, and I was looking forward to an oval. But anyways, to return will be Bathurst, so endurance race. See how we get on. But yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time.